Hello again and welcome back to my channel, to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. And welcome to Interlagos in Brazil, on the east coast, just outside of Sao Paulo, at this 2.6 mile anti-clockwise circuit, 15 corners. And this is the venue for the penultimate round of our Sunday championship. We've got 14 cars lined up on the grid, ready to go, 33 laps around here. And yeah, looking forward to this one in the heat of the Brazilian sunshine. So I'm going to go straight on to this one. Probably, as I said before, probably will be a two-parter again. And we'll see how it goes. So sitting on pole position is Motorstorm. He's leading that championship at the moment. He's on the top. And we've got... well, he was victorious the last round, wasn't he? And he's sitting there in pole position in that Audi. Then we've got Ethan in second place on the grid. These are the two fighting it out for the top two, or for that top spot in those top two positions. And we've got Panic in third in the Porsche. Got Scott in fourth in the Porsche. Victor in fifth. Harry in sixth. Brisbane in seventh. Fitzy in eighth. Enzo in ninth. Frowney in 10th. Nath in 11th. Thank you, Nath, for the replays. Gower in 12th, Smith for 13th, and 14th place for Unforgiven. So 14 cars, as I say. We've got Motorstorm on the mediums, hards for Ethan, Tesco's on the hards, mediums for Scott, Victor mediums, mediums for Harry, mediums Brisbane, medium Fitzy's, hards for Enzo, Frowny hards, mediums for Nath, Gower's on the mediums, hard for Smith, hards for Unforgiven. So again, pretty much a 50-50 split. I think there might be just slightly more medium tyre runners out there for this first stint. Okay, let's get this underway then and watch those lights as usual. So we look back down, coming out of that final corner, and away we go. And Ethan's got a blinding start. He's got up into the first place already, going into turn one, a bit slidey from Motorstorm. He loses a spot there to Ethan. Turn one and half a second as well, just running it wide out of turn two there for Motorstorm. Then we've got Panic still in third, Brisbane in fourth. There's Harry in fifth place, Scott in sixth, Gower in seventh, Fitzy in eighth, Victor in ninth, Nath in 10th, and then a battle between Smith and Enzo. Two Ferraris there in 11th and 12th place. Now, as we go back to our leader, around this left-hander, quite a few cars out there that have got the standard liveries on, like these two. I think what's happened there is there is a GT7 kind of glitch that happens where at least one or two cars have it, but there's quite a few out there with standard liveries on. I think what might have happened, I don't know, but I have done a complete reset as we see Brisbane go round, and he's back to the back of the field, losing it. Turn 14 now. Just took too much of that curve, I think. Just missed the back end of that, didn't we? We're coming round into 14. Oh no, he didn't take the curve, did he? Just a little bit too much power. It's a little bit off camber there as you exit that corner. It's going to put him right at the back. And now he's trying to get it straightened up and gets it going eventually. But back to 14th place he goes. So like I was saying about these liveries, I think what's happened, I've done a complete reset as we see Panic going up second place now. I will tell you what it's about, but something's going on at the moment. Maybe leave it a little bit later to explain. But got the two Mercs there, Gower and Harry, two brothers in identical cars behind Motorstorm, who's now dropped down to third. We did have that penalty, didn't he? Half a second's probably why Panic has managed to get past him. Up to second place there is Panic in the Porsche. All this fighting behind is letting Ethan just get away a bit. A few cars lengths that gap now, but we see the two orange Mercedes of Gower and Harry, and Scott with Fitzy, Victor Scott with a moment. Fitz has got up the inside of him. Got a moment from Scott on the outside. Went a little bit wide there, Scott. Got on the dirty stuff that just made him have a bit of a moment there. Fitzy's still fighting with Scott. He is side by side. Victor behind them, but a second penalty for him as Scott now has a look at Fitz here. I don't think he was going to have a go there. I think he was just have a little see if that was a possible move for later on in the race. Victor's taking his penalty off now as we see Nath go past Smith, Frowney. They all go past Victor now. Victor's going to drop down to at least 12th place with Unforgiven behind him in 13th. Here's Brisbane in 14th. So yeah, I'll try and get this out now. I've done a complete delete and reinstall of the game tonight prior to doing this, to see if that would solve my issues that I've been having. So I think what's happened is because of the install, it's just taken the liveries off what was there. We'll see if it, I'd imagine it's going to be the same for the next round as well going forward until we start the new season, but for now we just have to make do. We've got the names there so we can see who's who, but Motorstorm now has got himself back up to second, and what happened to Panic because he's dropped himself way back down to fourth from second. Motorstorm's got himself right up behind Ethan, so all of a sudden Motorstorm is somehow from a great start, he's got himself almost pushing Ethan along in that Beamer. Ethan in the hard tyres, he was getting away, wasn't he, from the group, and now all of a sudden Motorstorm's decided he can't let him get away too far, and he's now literally pushing him up the hill through turn 15. He's going to take him surely. BMW's quick. It's going to be down to turn 1. Ethan defending. Motorstorm round the outside, which works. If you can stay on the outside, you're on the inside, you're going into 2, and he does, and it works. Lovely move. Gow up behind them. Look, he's got a lovely little slipstream now along this straight. He's going to pull out, but Ethan's trying to block him off there. It's kind of worked, but now he's gone for a Gower. Always dive down the inside of both, and he's got it done. He has. What a move. Or has he? No, Motorstorm's still there. Thought he had it for one moment there, for a sec. Let's have a quick look at that. He dived out here on the brakes. He did momentarily get that lead, but then just had to, was a little bit narrower through there. Couldn't quite get that power down as quick as Motorstorm, who took that wider conventional line through there. And Motorstorm keeps that lead, but Gower has got Ethan up to second, although Ethan's now a lot tighter through there, and he's got that back, and this bow at the front. Gower now back to third. Whilst all this is going on, we've got Panic, Fitzy, Harry, Scott and Nath right back to 8th place there, all fighting for third, sorry, that's 4th place. Panic leading it at the moment, that group. Motorstorm now clearing off. Gower can see it happening, and he's on them same medium tyres as Motorstorm, and what he can see is that Motorstorm's getting away, and he can't allow this. He's got to make that move on Ethan so he can have half a chance of trying to keep with Motorstorm, because he is clearing off up front. Someone's in, I think that's Scott. Like it on Ice Panic, I thought it was a white Porsche. As Panic has come in, Gower now, is he going to make that one stick this time? He does. Ethan well out wide, and those hard tyres just not working at the moment. Has come over a little bit misty. It was quite a lovely day here earlier in the day, but now it's just coming over a little bit overcast. Now with half a second. So that's now going to play into the hands of Ethan if he can stay with him. Get that second place back at the end of the lap where the penalty zone is. It's a terrible place, one of the worst on the game. Uphill between turns 14 and 15. Not a great place for a penalty. So Gower is going to have to deal with that when he gets to it, but There goes Motorstorm, Gower, Fitzy after Ethan there in 4th place. I think Gower has managed obviously to get past Ethan now, and it does look like he's just starting to creep away a little bit, and he's got his eyes set on trying to chase down Motorstorm. But this is the penalty zone uphill, where you're going to lose so much momentum, because now you've got to try and get it up, and you're trying to go uphill, and it's just not happening as Ethan goes past. And it's going to allow Fitzy also to get that nice slipstream right behind him as we see Ethan dive in. He's had his minimum laps on the hard tyres. Fitzy does take 2nd off of Gower. Now Harry's right up behind Gower as well. So 2nd for Fitzy. Gower 3rd. Just as he was planning on an attack on Motorstorm, he's had to put that to one side for the moment after taking that penalty, and now he's got to get past Fitzy in that Porsche. There's Harry, there's Scott, and Nath behind them in 6th place. This right-hander up the hill. Now, 15 corners, 15 names that none of them I can pronounce, so I'm not going to bother. Just going to say turn 1, turn 2, corner 1, corner 2, whatever. So it is what it is, because I do not speak fluent Brazilian or Spanish or whatever the language is out there. But anyway, Gower there in 3rd, Harry 4th there, Scott, Nath running it out onto the grass at 14. Up the hill now for Nath, then Victor in 7th, Enzo in 8th place, Unforgiven in 9th, Brisbane in 10th. After his stop, Panic in 11th, Ethan in 12th, he's come out on those mediums, Smith in 13th, also come out on mediums. These are all the guys that have stopped. 14th place for Frowny, also on the medium tyres. So Motorstorm out leader. He's got a 1:33.0. That's the fastest lap at the moment. 7 laps out of this 33. Look at that gap he's got on Fitzy and the rest. Lovely gap from Motorstorm, and he is pulling away here. No more that he can do really. Top of the championship with Ethan very close by. Still nothing in it between them two. They're the two main title contenders. But this is doing Motorstorm's title chances absolutely no harm whatsoever. Still getting faster sectors, almost half a second up there. So he's going to be into the 32s when he comes up across the line in a moment. Through 15 now, going to cross the line. It's going to be a 1:32.4, over half a second in the end, 6.5 tenths almost there for Motorstorm. So a great lap, 1:32.4. Fitzy in the Porsche, Enzo's in, Gower and Harry in those two AMGs in 3rd and 4th place. Scott sticking with them in 5th, the Porsche. But this is these are just settling down now into a bit of a rhythm. It's not like any of them are really trying any moves at the moment. Just trying to stay with each other. It's the two brothers in the two identical Mercs. They're not going to be taking each other out, are they? But there's no team orders as such. But at the same time, Christmas dinner or the lunches ain't going to be quite the same if one takes the other out, are they? Yeah, an awkward conversation over that dinner table, that's for sure. So around that right-hander now into the left. Scott don't care about family matters, and he's sitting behind him. He's going to make a move when he feels the time's right. Obviously pushing as hard as they can, but quite equal, these cars, in terms of power. Not much in them at all. But all these cars are set up to be around about the same kind of power anyway, so no one's got any kind of advantage or disadvantage, as the two Mercs are getting very close indeed. But still Harry, still Gower, still Harry, and Scott. Oh, that's a moment, and he's lost it. Oh, he just gathers it up, and whoa, that was a moment through turn 2 there, and that's going to push him right back into the clutches of Nathan Victor, who's got right onto the back of him. So just as I was saying, Scott was there, just comfortably sitting, watching the two Mercs. He goes and has a bit of a moment through 2. A back end coming round. Almost lost it, but managed to just lift off enough to gather it back up. Sitting there in 5th, but now look at Nath and Victor. These two banging right on Scott's door now. Kind of a bit spread out now, this race. We've got kind of groups at the front here, a couple at the front, and then these group behind them. Brisbane, Unforgiven, and Panic, Ethan, Smith, Frowney, and Enzo, who's at the back there after his stop. So yeah, it's all kind of like little groups spread across this circuit at the moment, but still the entertainment is really good. The sun is starting to come back out a little bit, so we see that gap, almost the full length of the start and finish straight there between Motorstorm and second place Fitzy. But yeah, hopefully that sun will start to evaporate the cloud that we got here, and it's already still very humid here in Brazil, but we can't we're not expecting any rain, but you just never know in these parts. You just come and go just like that, but at the moment, fingers crossed, we'll stay as a dry race. No, mix it up a little bit if there was some wet stuff that lands on that circuit, wouldn't it? Strategies were completely thrown out of the water, quite literally. Harry now has got past Gower, so I missed that move from Harry, didn't I? Too sure where that was. Let's see if I can find it. It's some way back, I think. Is it along the start finish? Yeah, I think it might have been. No, before then, actually. It's quite a long way, so let's flick back to where we were. But whatever it was, Harry has got past Gower and has got himself to 3rd place now, so the two brothers didn't come together. Scott now trying to catch back up again after his little moment through 2. And then Victor and Nath. Victor's got past Nath as well now, so it's missing quite a few of the passes here. Oh, there it is there. Yeah, I'm going to catch one of them. So where's that? Going into the left-hander. Turns 45. So Victor got it done on Nath. And up to 6th he goes. Really twisty circuit, this one. Really consists of one long straight, really, which is that start or finish straight, and then the rest of it, pretty much, certainly the 3rd sector, second part of it, if you like, is all very, very twisty. So a little bit technical here at times. So Brisbane 8th place, Unforgiven in 9th, Panic in 10th, Ethan in 11th, Smith in 12th, Frowney in 13th, and Enzo in 14th. These two have been locked together like this for a few laps now. Frowney just not quite managing to get past that Ferrari yet. These both came in pretty much the same time in terms of their first stop. They both came out on identical tyres as well. So, as I say, it's been like this for a little while now. Now this could be the opportunity for Frowney. Let's see if he gets a run on Smith for a move down at turn 1. Past the packed grandstand. Hard on the brakes. No, he's not going to make a move there. Smith in that Ferrari managing to keep Frowney behind him. And then Enzo, who has caught up, is getting closer to both Smith and Frowney, ahead of him in 14th place. So starts lap 11. So we are exactly 1/3 of the way through this race now. That's our leader just about to start lap 12. That's the difference, or that's the gap between himself and the guys at the back. Almost a full lap, isn't it? Well, it's not, but it's not far off it. Motor Storm then out of turn 3, heading along this straight into 4 and into 5. This is a tricky corner 4. Just can't let that can't run out wide there on the right hand side. And up, all going uphill now for the rest of this sector. Still going up, still going up, still going up, and it levels off at the top here, and then into this twisty stuff. Two identical kind of right and left handers. There's the first one. He's starting to just come downhill a little bit, and into the second right and left. This isn't quite as tight, this one. So right and down into the dip now. This is where you're starting to really come back down into the bottom of the circuit on this, into turn 14 now, all the way back up again to the highest point, the start and finish straight here at Interlagos, and out through the final corner and across the line to start lap 13. There's Fitzy. Well, Fitzy's staying out. He's got enough to do one more lap, he thinks. But he will definitely be in next time around, but he's still sticking there in second place, and he's got a nice gap over Harry, who also same applies. In fact, all these guys, Harry and Gower, have all got enough just to do one more lap. Scott, on the other hand, he may have enough to do another couple. So if you can do a little bit of fuel saving here, tucked in behind the Mercs, which he has now managed to catch back up again, this will help with his fuel consumption, so he might be able to get that another lap out of all this. These guys are all ahead of him, are all going to dive in, which will push him right up, possibly up to about 3rd place here. So 5th for Scott Victor, and he's closing in as well. Victor's looking like he's got some pace here. In fact, last couple of rounds for Victor, he's looked really on it, hasn't he? He had some pace last time out. Now has got it again here, it would seem, at Interlagos. So we see Scott now trying to get past Gower. And he knows, well, he may not know, but they're going to be diving into pit lane to the left at the top of this hill. So he may as well just stick where he is now, just go past at this point. All our leaders in as well, so Motorstorm's in. 2 Mercs are coming in now. Fitz is in, so this might actually put Scott right to the head of this race, and it does. He's into the lead, goes Scott, and he's going to get another lap out of his fuel here in the Porsche. Victor also in second, will get another one, so the 2 Porsches slightly better the fuel here. And Nath in the Beetle, he's got plenty, and we know what he does. He's good at this, isn't he, Nath? Said it before, I'll probably say it again. manages to just keep that fuel, manages to get just another lap out of them, although the tyres are not looking great. But this is the usual thing that Nath does, and he's very good at it. Panic. And he's got loads, hasn't he? So I think he must have only been quite a recent one in pit lane. No, the tyres, he's one of the later ones, wasn't he? He's got plenty of fuel. Likewise, so has Ethan, so these two are looking good. Motorstorm, where's he? Oh, he's just coming out now. So Motorstorm leaving pit lane, and he's got a whole line of cars right behind him as Smith in the Ferrari. He tries to grab a little bit of Motorstorm slip as he comes out. So Motorstorm to 6th. There's Smith in 7th. Enzo, who's passed Frowny, into 8th. Frowny drops to 9th. Well, Enzo is carving his way through as well. He's got the other Ferrari to get past, and he's a little bit wide there is Smith. Enzo will sit right behind him, and now Scott and Victor in the two Porsches who had the extra lap are now in, and that is going to put Nath up, and we knew this. Nath is going to have at least another lap on those tyres. Fuel was fine, wasn't it? As we watched the Ferraris coming through down into turn 13 and now into 14. Frowny just off the back of them. Fitzy is now in 10th after his stop. He's on the mediums with the two Mercs who's now come out. Hard tyres for both of them. So same strategy for these boys. Brisbane on the mediums. So too is Unforgiven. So picking up Nath. Where is he? Coming through first of the twisty stuff now. Probably got enough to do one more lap if he fancies it. If those tyres are feeling good, then why not? And the gap back to Ethan. It's quite large, but this is quite a long pit stop here. So it's whether he just goes now, gets it out of the way, or does he stay out and try and get a bit more of a gap. The trouble is when your tyres are like this, trying to get a quicker lap is quite difficult. But he is going to stay out. He's just going to try and run it as right to the very end. So he'll have a flashing fuel tank or fuel gauge very soon, but he's still the leader with Ethan now up to second, just coming out of turn 14 up the hill to 15 with Panic behind him in third place. Go on board with Panic, shall we, actually, as we chases down Ethan and starts, or will just about to start lap 16. So we're on board with Panic now as we're looking from helmet view into turn 1, this left-hander. You can take all this inside curb, little spurt of power, cut that one right across on the right, use all this curb if you wish on the left, full power, use all of this on the right hand side as well, the curb, and now just foot down to the floor. Then you've got the steward's hut on the right hand side is about where you want to start braking, just there, down to third gear for Panic. Don't run it too wide out there, that's slippery out there. They're just all the way through now, up the hill, fifth gear, probably that'll do now. Drop it down to about fourth, run it all the way. In fact, he drops it down to third as well. Gives it a little bit of power up just to get up that bit of hill. Now you can use all of this inside curb, use it, run the whole lot of it on the inside. Don't want to run this one too much though, it's on a bit of a camber, that can throw her out. Use all the curb on the right here. Switch across to the left for this next right-hander. Again, use all of that inside curb. Again, run it out. And then just a little lift through here just so you don't run it wide at this point. And it's hard on the brakes into 14. And then power down up the hill now. Use all the curb on the right-hand side. And all the way now through to turn 1. And you can see I haven't really gained on Ethan, but you can see that it's a good lap round here from Panic as we watch the guys going through turn 1 now. Nath did stay out and he is having another lap, is Nath. So clearly he's got what he feels enough to be able to get another lap out of those tyres and fuel. Interesting to see where he's going to come out at the end of this. We will see. Definitely be in this time around though, that is for sure. And then down towards 14 and up the hill out to complete lap 17 onto 18 he goes. So Nathan then is our leader. In fact, he's not going to go on to 18 because he's going to go into pit lane, isn't he? So in he goes, our leader.